Superhero landing. Hello gamers, and welcome back to NeueCraft, the NeueCraft server, where we have been very busy here over Christmas. We have built this entire Christmas village, which we are very proud of, mostly Harlock. I built the racetrack, and we got to have a couple of fun races around here with our friends. More still to be had, and we're actually arranging a tournament as I record, so maybe we'll get a chance to give you an update on that, depending on how far we get in it on this episode. If not, hopefully by the next one we'll have some tournament results. So we're going to do a little bit of work here as well for the tournament and have some way to celebrate that and be able to track it in the game as well as in our Discord. So that's going to be fun. What else did we do last episode? Of course, out in the gaming district. So out here in the gaming district, next to Warm Toes Parkour, we built ourselves a spleef arena. I did this at the very end of the episode and haven't had a chance to actually test it with another NeueCrafter just yet, but hopefully we'll get a chance to do that very soon as well and get it on camera. Potential here for another tournament. So we'll do the tournament first with the ice track, and then we'll do a second one here on the server with this. So in order to build that drip leaf spleef course, we needed to make ourselves a little microfarm, which we did right behind us here in our microfarm area, and we also needed some coloured glass. We needed red and cyan specifically, so we set about getting a couple of different flowers as well, and now we're kind of in a position where we have farms for some of the dyes, but not all of them. And that's something I think we're going to rectify today. Now, previously in this area, we were starting to run out of space. So over here we had the wheat or crop farm, and then we have the glow lichen farm right here. Next to that we have the concrete maker, and this is the drip leaf farm and the two tool flower farm. And so I wanted to put some more of these mini farms in here, so I doubled the size of this room. I just extended it out the back here, and the first thing we're going to put in is yet another mini farm. So there we have it. This is a cocoa bean farm. Nice, this will get us our brown dyes. It's a relatively simple bone meal powered farm. So bone meal goes at the top, and we've got an observer clock around the back here that powers both the droppers and the piston that goes up and down and squashes the bean, and you just grab the bean from here. I've been doing some testing. I started with a single cocoa bean and already have this, so let's flick it on, pop up here, and you just got to hold the back, get the timing right until you see all the sparkles, and there we go. It's a little bit on and off with the TPS on the server, but yeah, just a little hold and right click, and usually you just get tons and tons and tons of this stuff. Rinse and repeat. Pretty happy with that. We now have an inexhaustible supply of brown dye. So there's a couple of flowers that we're currently not getting, specifically the blue ones. We can already get the yellows and the reds from the two tool flowers. Oxide daisies, is that white or is it, let me go and try and turn that into a dye. That might be grey, light grey, there we go. Actually that's very useful, that'll save us having to use some grey and white combined, so that's very useful to have. And yeah, then the blue flowers, and just testing here that we're getting all of those in this biome. See, that's yellow and blue, that's great, and the more we do this we should get some of the other colours here as well. And there are these sort of shifting floor designs which are very common for flowers. I didn't necessarily need to go to a flower biome to do this. I'd like to try and keep it here in the base, so this isn't going to be enough space obviously. I'm going to make a bigger room for this because it's going to be a chunky boy, but I think it belongs down here with the other flower farms, so we're going to move right into making that down here in the base. There we go, another farm is done. Fantastic. Let's take a little look around. Okay, so this thing only just fit in the space that I made for it here. Made a little window at the back here. You can see the tree farm out here. So we butted up right up against it. And yeah, otherwise it fits perfectly and belongs here, I think. It isn't a mini farm, but it's sitting right next to my other flower farms, so having them all in one space makes sense, I think. So let's hop into FreeCam and have a little look around, see what's going on here. So we have a big grass platform at the top, and this has the piston shifters side to side, and it's currently flooded when it's off. And then underneath, if we go down here, we should see we have a dispenser here that's going to be bone mealing right in the center. And then we have 3 bone meal lines, popper lines, coming into that from our bone meal factory at the end, where we have a whole bunch of composters stacked up here. And there's a timer right here, and when we flick the switch, the timer goes on and the farm will remove the water and bone meal and shift the dirt here, and that will send all of the seeds. Once the timer goes off, the water will push everything down here and up into here, and here we have 6 item filters. These are all for grass, for seeds, and those seeds all get composted and the compost goes back into the system. Anything that's not a seed will come over to here, and this is where we collect the flowers, and there are 5 types of flowers that we are collecting from this farm, and anything that is excess will just go over here and get burned. So let's flick this guy on. It's going to get very noisy, and watch it in action. There we go, you can see the flowers being made. Now, as I understand it, the flowers have a kind of memory. Once you bone meal something, only that flower should appear in that spot again after the fact. And so it's not an even distribution of the flower types. As such, I'll show you in a minute when we get the results. The timer should flick, there we go. Let's watch all the items, they come up here, into here. A lot of the seeds get removed, a lot of the flowers get removed, and you saw a lot of excess flowers going over here. Those were actually the one we get the most of, which I believe is this one. Dandelions. Look how many dandelions we get compared to poppies, cornflowers, oxeye daisies, and azure bluets. So, yeah, we're going to be taking quite a few of these out and probably just dropping them straight into the composters, I think, to get them working. But as you can see, we've been running this for a little while in testing and already have a pretty healthy amount of flowers, more than we're going to need for some time. So this has already done its job, really. Very, very happy with the efficiency of this farm and the way it works. So here we go again, round 2. Whoop. Works like a charm. So from that we can make ourselves a whole bunch of other dyes. The one we were really missing was the blues, the cornflowers. We didn't have that, we were relying on lapis previously. Oxeye daisies and azure bullets are very useful for light grey dye as well. So that's fantastic. The others we already had lots of, but it doesn't hurt to have more, of course. So there we go. Flower farms complete. We have all of the types of flowers that we will need. The only thing that's outstanding on the colour and the dye front is black. So for black ink, black dye, we're going to do something a little different. We've come out into the ocean, southeast to spawn, Adam's Island's behind us there, to a guardian temple. Yes, we're going to use these guys to take out some squids. And there's clearly a little construction here. If my best guess would be, this is probably Dr. Kaas' Christmas prank from last year, where he got an Elder Guardian and put it at spawn in a present. I think this is probably how he did that. So I think we're safe to take this down and just put our little farm on top of this. Now this is going to be a very simple farm. It's a really great design I found, and yeah, we're going to need to also get some potions on the go, because these guardians are going to kick my butt if I'm not careful. So I'm going to down one of these quickly, put this farm together and show you how it works. And we're done. Oh, and you can't see me, of course, because I'm invisible to try and stay out of sight of these guardians. So this is it. This is the whole farm, basically. So we've got a note block stuffed in a hopper minecart on some hoppers with an observer clock. That's it. And then above us, right up there, 183 blocks in the air, we've got an AFK platform that ensures just the guardians and the water around it here is loaded. And as you can see, it's kind of working already. My little tests, just while working on it here, we've had a lot of squids be taken out. So, what is the note block for? Well, squids, as you well know, are probably the most useless mob in Minecraft. They get themselves stuck in all sorts of silly situations and just commit suicide on a regular basis. In order to help collect the drops here, we're going to use probably the second most useless mob in Minecraft. So I'm going to head on over to where I know they are and bring them over to this farm. And the second most useless mob in the game is without a doubt these guys right here. The allays. Hello. I think I finally found a use for you two. So we captured these guys a couple of episodes ago just out of curiosity and built this little basketball game for them to play around with as a bit of a test, which I duly turned off because it was making a lot of noise and getting a little bit annoying. But yeah, we're going to try and take these guys all the way over to that farm. It's about over 1,000 blocks, I think. Now for the fun task of dragging these guys across the world, and I'm sure the lead will break 100 times, as it does when you move these guys. Okay, we have arrived. Fantastic. Let's get these two guys. Yes, there are two of them. Good, good. Let's get them connected up to a fence post I forgot to bring. Never mind, I'll just detach the leads. First thing we need to do is turn this farm on. That should keep them in the area and attracted to it. I've already given them ink sacks, so now I just need to get rid of these leads. Boop. And go up to the AFK platform above. And then we'll get the guardians and the squid spawning, and these little allays should pick up all of our goodies. I'm going to do a little AFK session. I'm thinking just do 30 minutes as a test, see what it does, and yeah, we'll take things from there after I light up this platform just to triple make sure no mobs spawn. Okay, so 30 minutes and a quick workout later. Let's hop on down and see how the farm has been performing. Oh, look at the little allays go. Oh, look, we've got some friends in a boat as well. I didn't think about that. What have we got in the chest? Whoa, 9, 10, 11, nearly 12 stacks. That's pretty good, actually. That is really, really effective for such a simple, small farm. Props to Tim Be Nice, who I found this from on YouTube. I'm sure if it's his design, but it's his tutorial I followed, and I'll link it down below. And so a little bit more time at those farms, and look at this. We have a shulker for every colour of dye in the game. Not everyone is completely full, but there's at least half a shulker of every dye here. You get the idea. Green, by the way, obviously I get that from my cactus. I had my cactus farm, so I just smelted a whole bunch more cactus and got a load of that, and was able to make the light green from the green. Cyan, of course, yeah. Some green goes into cyan along with blue. Yeah, we've got tons and tons of every colour now, so I'm going to pick all these up and find them a lovely home in the storage system right here. So there we go, our colour-coded dye section of storage, all finished. Oh, what is this? This looks like a belated Christmas present with a switch. Oh, Christmas fireworks! Check it out. Whoever that was, thank you very much. I love it. So festive. My goodness, there's more inside. Look at this. Sugarcane. Wow. Thank you, whoever this was. We've got a Christmas surprise all laid out for us. Oh, wow. Look at that. That is an amazing box. Wow. Thank you so much. That's very, very generous. Merry Christmas. It is Supa. Thank you. Oh, very much appreciated. I love it. I might leave this here for just a little while because it's festive and I love it. Thank you, Supa. So after sleeping on it, I decided I wasn't 100% happy with this flower farm, so I made some minor improvements here. Let's have a little look-see. Previously, we just were burning anything that didn't get filtered out. We were getting excess grass that was getting burned, as well as a lot of flowers that were getting burned. That didn't seem ideal, so what I've done instead is put in a loop. I got rid of the fire, and there's a loopity-loop, and because the timer takes some time to go on, let's turn the machine on quickly so we can see it in action while we're explaining. So we added three or four extra grass filters onto the end, seed filters onto the end here to make sure we capture more of those up front, just because we had room to squeeze it in. And now the water stream comes up the back here and then pops out into this loop. Pretty much all the grass the seeds always get taken out, and we just end up with a few extra flowers that go round and round and round until such time as the filter is able to pick them up. It's mostly the dandelions that we're having excess of, and those do a couple of laps before collecting the last of them, right in time before the next batch gets created and then gets washed out and comes in. And then storage, because we were just filling up the storage with dandelions and not much else, I took out the dandelion chest, sent that down to this chest. This chest then has a comparator coming out of it, comparing it to a Sigma Strength 15, which when this chest gets full, basically there's a torch here that will get turned off, as you can see it happening now, which allows items to get pulled through these hoppers into this composter and then into this dropper here, so the excess dandelions get turned into bone meal. Oh no, I need to flip that trapdoor and go into an additional line of hoppers here that go back into the system as bone meal. So we've got 3 lanes of grass bone meal, 1 lane of overflow poppy bone meal, and what we end up with is a permanently full. You can see here it's just dripping out one at a time, dandelions, and then everything else is just accumulating. And we'll just make sure to stop this before any of those other chests fill up. And we should have more than enough. Oh, fair enough. Maybe I'll just put a stair there instead. That's going to get annoying pretty quickly. Very happy with those improvements. So well, this farm is now way more self-sufficient than it was before. I heard that Dr. Kaas needed some coal blocks for his build that he's working on. And I went and grabbed all of the coal ore that I had and stacked it to build height. We're at 320 here. We cannot place another block underneath us. Build limit is reached, and what we're going to do is fortune a lot of this. Whew. That was a lot of coal. Now I need to put all this into shulkers before it all despawns. There's way more here than I can carry. Let's go turn all of this into blocks. There we have it. That's a tower of ore stacked to build height and fortuned. Came out at just under 3.5 stacks of blocks of coal. A lot less impressive than I was hoping, but better than nothing, and I'm sure Kaas will appreciate it. There we go. Hopefully Dr. Kaas can make good use of that. Better use than I could. Happy New Year's, Kaas. So, it's a pretty special time of year here on the server, not only because of the holidays and the new year, but also because it's our birthday. Yes, NeueCraft has turned 1. Actually happened nearly a month ago at the beginning of December. That's when we first logged in, I believe. And yeah, a lot has happened in all that time. We've made some incredible progress, so we need to do something to celebrate that. There we go, it is very special, so for this very special occasion, we need to light ourselves a candle and say happy birthday to NeueCraft. 1 year, and what an incredible world we've managed to build here. Very pleased and proud of everyone on the server for everything that they've done to make this such an incredible place to play every day. And long may it continue. We've all still got a lot of plans and things to do in this world. We're a long way off from abandoning it and moving on to something else. So yeah, hopefully we'll be here this time next year with one of these with 2 candles on. Okay, I think that's about all we've got time for this episode. Bit of a shorter one, just so we can crack on and get on with some New Year festivities. So wishing all of my viewers a very happy New Year and a prosperous 2023 to all of you. Stay tuned, because in the new year, I think we're going to do some server tours. We're going to show you what we've been up to here on NeueCraft and give everyone a bit of a overview over what the other server members have been doing and what incredible builds we've managed to achieve here on the server. May do that in one big episode, or may spread it out over quite a few. Not sure yet, we'll see, but I think getting a better view of what others have been doing will be really, really great. So thanks for watching. If you want to see more of what we're going to get up to here in 2023, then please subscribe. And if you liked what we did here today, then a like always helps. Thanks so much. Happy New Year's. See you next time. Bye-bye.